on behalf of the mayor, we really want to thank everyone, starting with the investors, Bank of America, of course. Thank you for joining us, and you know, all the leadership, all the partnerships that the developers have been able to do through the state, through the leadership of the state. It's great when the state and the city and local authorities are able to put their minds together, put all their resources together to make projects like this happen. As all of you know, in terms of leadership, it's been a commitment from the mayor and from the city council to find the right projects, to find the right things to do, particularly in Greenville, particularly in Ward F. And I've had the honor over the past month, basically, to do a lot of groundbreakings in Ward F with Councilwoman Waterman and Councilwoman Coleman. And I really thank you for your vision, for your leadership, and for, you know, keeping my feet to the fire and making sure that these projects get done.
This is the first workforce housing that's been developed in Ward F since I've been the councilwoman, since 2012. And I want to thank Genesis because they came to me with a vision in 2013 and all kinds of things happened, but they never lost sight of the goal to break ground in this spot to build 64 units of workforce housing.
Projects like this are so valuable and so important for a community. You know, I'm grateful to work with a great group of people that truly believe in the mission of providing safe and affordable housing for every resident here. But when you're sitting at a desk in Trenton, sometimes you forget the true impact. I love coming to events like this because you can really see the impact that you can make on a community. And I'm very pleased and blessed to be able to be part of that.
We're so happy to be back in this community, creating affordable housing, creating 64 units of family housing with 5 units reserved for homeless veterans, which was not a component of the last deal. And we think that is important for so many reasons. And, you know, not the least of which is that this city, this administration has made it possible to do these kinds of things.
A series of work that Jersey City has been doing to redevelop and revitalize its community, especially in this turnkey redevelopment area. And we're very, very proud at EPA to have been a small part of helping to make this happen. Since 2009, we have provided funding through our Brownfields program for assessment, investigation, and cleanup and reuse of this half-acre site.
It's that partnership that really makes a difference at the local level, working with leaders who aren't afraid, right? Who aren't protecting their job and saying, you know, we got to make a difference in this community. And that's what we have with these two council women here supporting this project. So we really appreciate it. Thank you.
More than dollars in a project. It's investment in a community. It's making a difference and giving people who have a little less the opportunity to have a home.
You know, Grandma, you know, she believed in a lot of things. She was a very, very strong person, and she had very strong beliefs. She believed in God. She believed in family. She believed in a decent education, and she believed that you deserve a decent place to live. And I have to tell you, I was speaking with my uncle, who is the youngest of her children, Father Martin Madison, the other day about this event, and he told me something about Grandma that even I didn't know, and I want to share that with you today. We all, you know, she's done tremendous things in her lifetime, but one of the things that I didn't know was my uncle told me that when he was a teenager, which was probably about 70 years ago, I know. He would go around with Grandma, and back in those days, all the doctors in Jersey City, what they were doing was they were buying apartment buildings. And they were, you know, renting out the apartment buildings for, you know, supplemental income, what have you. And it turns out that Grandma bought 2 apartment buildings. Now, one, he didn't know where where it was. He couldn't remember. But he said the other building was right off of Grand here, where the Sunoco station is. And yes, I know, it's crazy. And he said that what she would do with those 2 apartment buildings is she bought those buildings and she housed the poor. People who could not afford a decent place to live. She bought the building and she went around to the folks that she knew through her practice who didn't have a lot of money, didn't have a good place to live, and she allowed them to live in her building. And what she charged for rent was whatever they could afford.
We all live in affordable housing. We live in what we can afford. Some people can afford more, some people can afford less. I remember saying that and some people were offended. Don't be offended by that. We live in what we can afford. We all do. And the downturn in the economy taught a lot of us about what we can afford. So let's be excited.